today, I'm sure there'll be more popping up. We are going to be using a small Pilates ball. Now, if you don't have a small Pilates ball, then you can do the class without, but maybe have a cushion or something that you can like prop yourself up. Yes. Cushion will work, or you can do all of the exercises without. So not to worry if you don't, but if you do, you can add that little prop in, which is always, oh, Dima showing off with 2 there. Ankles. If you don't have your ball, then you don't need to have it. You can just leave your cushion to one side. You'll need your cushion when you get to the mat. So we're going to pop the ball between the ankles or no ball at all. I haven't forgotten about you, I promise. So whether we have a ball or not, we have got our feet hip width apart. I want you to lift all your toes up off the mat, and I want you to press those toes into the floor. And this is just this really, really nice moment to ground ourselves, right? We want to think of that triangle base of the foot. So we've got weight coming through the big toe, the little toe, and the center of the heel. You're just going to bend the knees and just give the arms a little swing. This is just to make sure that we are relaxed, right? We want to set up our posture and feel nice and fluid. We're then going to place our hands on our hips, and you're just going to rock your pelvis forward and back. So that really exaggerated position to start with. And then we make that movement smaller and smaller until we find our neutral, so our halfway point, yeah? We lock that in, you can straighten the legs, and I want you to imagine your 3 circles, hips, ribs, shoulders, and collarbone, and then your head is just going to pop out of the top, grow 3 inches. From there, relax the hands, close the eyes, and just take those nice deep inhales through the nose and out through the mouth. As you inhale, the ribs swing open. As you exhale, you feel the waist narrow and the abdominals gently contract. And again, big breath in. Send that breath deep into the lungs, and then exhale, waist narrow. Feel that gentle work in the abdominals. We're then going to open the eyes and just scan the head from right to left. So there's no stress, there's no tension on the neck. Just let it float from side to side. And then finish with it to the center. From there, we're going to nod right ear to right shoulder. We're going to roll the chin to the chest, and then take the left ear to the left shoulder. So you're making a little semicircle forward with the head. As you do this, think of pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Just one more in each direction, just so we loosen through the base of the neck, the top of the shoulders. Finish with your chin to your chest, let your head float back up. From there, your shoulders lift all the way up by your ears. Exhale, drop them down the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Good, 2 more, lift. And drop. Last one, lift. And drop. 3 big shoulder rolls backwards, opening the chest. 3 and 2. Get as much movement as you can. Last one. We take our hands onto our shoulders. We roll our elbows back. 3 and 2 and 1. We let go of those shoulders. We do 3 big arm circles, lifting the chest. 3, stretching to the sky. 2, beautiful. Last one, reaching up. We're then going to finish with those hands all the way up to the ceiling, and you're going to give me those little side reaches. So touching the ceiling with the right hand, touching the ceiling with the left hand. And it's literally like someone pulls you up by your wrist. You feel that stretch from hip bone to fingertip. Exactly, ladies. You're going to give me 1 more on each side, so we feel that lovely stretch. And then you're just going to press your hands down. Imagine your head could pop out of the top. Exactly. From there, we're going to do 10 heel raises. So rising up onto our tiptoes, lowering down onto our heels, lifting up and down, a bit more smoothly than mine was. If you need a bit of balance support, you can always hold onto a wall, or just make sure you've got something to hold onto. But the goal is that we keep those 3 circles stacked and we float directly up and down. Everyone's going to give me 3 more here. So we're just warming up through those calves, through the ankles. Last one, so you can hold it an extra second up on those tiptoes for balance, and then float the heels back down. We're going to leave those heels down. We're going to bend the knees, hinge from the hips, reach the hands up by the ears, or the arms up by the ears, and then press the hands down. And kind of imagine that you're pushing something behind you, and you could lift your breastbone up an inch. So we bend the knees, we send the hips back, we squeeze our ball between our legs, we press the hands back and lift the chest. So a little expansion. And we're going to do 8 more of those. So we bend into that lovely squat. We stand up tall, lift and open the chest. 7 more there. We go 7. Good. And lift. Really nice, guys. Think long neck, long spine. And then lift that breastbone on the top. Good. 5 more reps here. We come down 5. And up. Good. We go 4. Good. Now think, really push those hips back, ladies. So instead of bending straight back down, think of like you're going to sit in a chair, right? Like it was a really, really low chair. Really push that bottom back. That's it. And then lift up tall. Last 2 reps here, guys. Good. Beautiful. Last one. Yes, guys. Lovely. So from there, we're going to do a little combination. So we're going to keep that squeeze between the legs. You're going to bend your knees and sit into your little imaginary chair. You're going to lift your heels off the mat. You're going to straighten your leg and push the floor away. And then you're going to lower those heels back down. And we're going to do 2 more. So we bend the knees, hips go back. We lift the heels up. We push the floor away. And we lower back down. Last one here. Bend the knees. Good. Peel the heels off the mat. Now straighten the legs and grow tall. And lower the heels. So let's reverse. We rise up onto the tiptoes. We bend the knees, keeping the heels lifted. Then we lower the heels back down. I wobble too. And then straighten those legs. 2 more there. Rising up. Keep the heels off as you bend the knees. Lower those heels down and stand up tall. Last one here. Rising up. Bend the knees, hinging from the hips. Pushing those heels into the mat. And then stretching those legs nice and tall. Very, very good. Okay, guys. So from there, we are going to take hold of our ball. And the first thing we're going to do is a little single leg hinge. So you have 2 options for this depending on your balance. Number 1, you're going to keep your foot on the floor. So I want everyone to take their weight into their right leg and you're going to step your left foot back. Now I'm just on the ball of my foot there. I'm going to take hold of my ball and I want you to squeeze it with your chest or with your arms, right, in the center of your chest. Option 1 is you keep that bottom leg, back leg on the mat as you hinge the hips back and the body forward and lift. So if you don't feel so comfortable with your balance, this is going to be your option, but keeping your weight over your front leg. If you think, I feel really good with my balance, as you hinge forward, you can lift your back leg and up. So we've got a little single leg hinge. So you've got 2 options. Keep the back foot down, but focus on the weight pouring through the front leg, or lift the back leg and rise back up. And we're just squeezing that ball or that cushion as a little reminder to keep the shoulder blades wide, to keep that little engagement through that chest. Yeah? Good, guys. We're going to do about 2 more here. Good. And this is tough, huh? So if you think, oh my gosh, this feels like such hard work, then don't worry, because it is. But it does get easier the more you practice. Really, really nice. Lovely, ladies. Okay, last one. Give those legs a little shake out. So we're going to go on the other side. This time, left leg is, or weight is on your left leg, right leg is back. Now, if you are lifting that leg, think of it like a seesaw. Your body and your leg move in one piece, and that helps me to counterbalance, yeah? If one part of the body goes faster than the other, that's when you're going to lose the balance. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't lift that leg up very high. You just get to here, and you can comfortably lift up, that is just as good. And that's how we start, right? You do a smaller range of movement, you lift up, you feel really good. That right hip is having, or left hip is having to do a lot of work, right? All of that weight, we hinge from the leg and lift back up. Someone's popping in. Good, guys. I want everyone to give me about 4 more reps on their left side. Good, taking your time. Now, if you are getting your leg, or if you are getting really far down, awesome. But make sure We're not rounding that back. Think of squeezing those shoulder blades together, squeezing that ball so the upper body gets that nice or keeps that nice connection. And once you've finished your last repetition, no matter where you are, good, come and stand. Stand yourself up. Give those legs a little shake. How did it feel, ladies? Give me like thumbs up, like it was okay. Yeah? This is a good one to practice. A really quick way to do your balance daily. Especially if you felt super wobbly. You can even practice it with one hand against the wall, right? Or even, we've done it before, right? Where you push your body against the wall. This is another way to practice. So, let's come down to all fours. And we're going to do a little bit of work in extension. So first of all, let's come on to all fours. And if you have a ball, we're going to squeeze it between our knees. Okay, if you don't have a ball, don't worry, you'll have plenty of work to do still. We're going to start with our little shoulder blade push-ups. So I've got my wrists underneath my shoulders, my knees underneath my hips. I keep my arms straight. I want you to think of squeezing your shoulder blades together and then pushing the floor away and feeling your shoulder blades spread apart. So it's not a big movement. Shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart, right? I'm just squeezing them together and pressing them apart. Now, quite often the elbows will want to bend. So that is what you're trying to avoid, right? You want that movement to just happen in your shoulder blade. It's not going to be very big. And the reason that we do this is to really find those muscles that stabilize your shoulder, right? Get them used to holding your body weight. Yeah. Now from there, I want you to kind of find a neutral shoulder position. So halfway between those really two exaggerated positions, and we're going to hold it there. You're going to tuck your toes underneath. If you've got your ball, you're going to squeeze it. If not, everyone's just going to float their knees 1 inch off, and you're going to hold it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to lower the knees down, and you're going to give me 5 little shoulder blade push-ups. We keep the arms straight, shoulder blades squeeze together, 5, press apart, squeeze together, 4, press apart. Those shoulder blades squeeze, 3, and lift, 2, and squeeze, last one, and squeeze. From there, we come back to that lovely neutral shoulder. We push them out away, shoulder blades wide, lift those knees off, we hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lower back down. We squeeze those shoulder blades together for 5, press them apart, squeeze them together, 4, press apart, 3, stretch, 2, feel the shoulder blades widen, last one, come back to that neutral shoulder position, last time we're going to float those knees off, squeeze your ball if you've got it, hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly lower those knees down and just sit back onto those heels, walk those hands forward in your child's pose. If child's pose feels like you have too much of a curve, you can keep your hips high and do a puppy pose. So you've got 2 options there. Okay, ladies. So from there, you're going to take hold of your ball and you're going to place it underneath your left hand. Now, if you don't have a ball, don't worry. You can do this exercise without, okay? Now, if you do have a ball, you'll notice that it's going to cause you a little bit of instability. So it means you've got to work a little bit harder through your shoulders and your core. I want everybody to just slide opposite arm, opposite leg along the mat. So I've got my left arm and my right leg. I'm going to slide them along the mat and then I'm going to pull them back in. So we're just going to start that, sliding, same arm as leg, so same arm and leg as before, left arm, right leg. Just to test where our core strength is. As you feel comfortable, you can lift your back leg up and down, just to make it more challenging, up and down. But the aim is that as you do this, there's nothing that moves in the center of the body, right? It's that feeling of wrapping our abdominals in the front and keeping my weight here. So do you notice when I slide my arm and leg away, I'm not leaning, yeah? I'm keeping my shoulder, and my arm pulled up into my socket. Now to make it harder, I want everybody to slide their left arm away and lift their right leg in the air. Now, can you lift the leg and keep sliding the ball away? So you come into a little push-up, long leg, and then you lower back down as you pull the arm and leg in. And I'll do it without the ball so you can see. If you don't have a ball, you just slide the left arm forward. Everybody bends the right arm, the right leg lifts, and then you come back in, yeah? And we're just gonna do 3 more on this side. So we slide the arm, the leg lifts, so we've got that same action as the hip hinge, and we come back, right? We're finding that kind of seesaw action. Last 2 here. We've got a little single arm push up on the other side. Last one. And then coming up. From there, lower the arm and leg, switch sides, and we're going to do it all again on the other side. So remember, just start with the sliding the arm and leg in and out, right? And this helps us make sure that we've got our weight over our supporting arms, right? When you feel comfortable, you can lift the leg at the same time. So that helps prepare us for what's to come. And I'm going to come and have a little look, see how everyone's getting on. Good. That's it. So kind of mentally prepare yourself, right? As soon as the arm and the leg slides away, it's going to create more work for our abdominals. So kind of mentally prep yourself. Think, switch those abs on as the arm and leg switch away. Now on your next one, we're going to start to add in that little push up and that little seesaw action with the leg. So we slide right arm and lift the left leg. I bend my left elbow. My leg lifts, so I've got that little seesaw action, and then I lift and lower back down. Now it doesn't matter if that leg's not going very hard. What matters is that we're getting that single arm push up on our left. We keep the body nice and tight, so we wear a little invisible corset as we slowly move the arm and leg. You've got 2 more reps here, guys. Really nice work. 2. Good. And lift. Beautiful. Last one. We slide. And lift. Yes, guys. Sit back into little child's pose or puppy pose. Just take a little breath there. Yes. Nice, guys. A little bit of acrobatics. You know, it's fun. So we're going to come onto our fronts for the last part of the class, for our extension work. So have your ball to hand or your cushion to hand, but you're not going to need it for the first exercise. We're going to start lying on our front, elbows bent. Get my notepad out of the way. Forearms on the mat. So my forearms are quite close to my body. My legs are a nice comfortable distance apart. Nose is hovering off the mat. You're just going to float the chest up, keeping your eyes down and the back of your neck long, and then lower back down. So very, very gentle lift and lower. Now it does not matter if you don't come up very high. I'm not pushing my hands to let myself lift. I'm using that strength in my back to help me float up and down. Right? Super simple, super relaxed as we come up and down. So these exercises are probably the most important that we do. They help to fortify and strengthen that back. And we're not just talking the muscles in our upper back, we're talking about the muscles in our lower back, right? Stronger we are here, the more we can protect those vertebrae, which is always the goal. Now, from there, we're going to add on. So I'm going to give the ball version first. Ladies, you can try this with a cushion as well. You're going to either place your cushion or your ball right underneath your chest, okay? Kind of in the center. You may have to move the girls around. I don't have that problem, but some people do. You're going to pop that ball right in the center of your chest, and Then we're going to lie on our front. So it shouldn't feel uncomfortable. If it feels uncomfortable, then just take it away. Now from there, I keep trying to keep my spine in a lovely long line, and I'm going to push my chest into the ball and imagine rolling it forward. And then I'm just going to lower myself back down so that my spine's in that lovely straight line. Now, if you want to open your arms out a bit wider here, just to give your shoulders a bit more space, if they feel cramped, then go for it. But the feeling is like you could push the ball forward as if you're trying to roll it to the front of the room, which helps us to pull up through the front line of our body and then come back to that nice kind of neutral position, our flat back, yeah? Now it takes a little getting used to, and if you have a cushion, I'll do it with my yoga bolster, which is a bit big. You're not going to get the same effect of being able to roll, but if you think of pushing your chest in, it's going to help you find that little lift and that little elevation, and then coming back, right? So imagining lifting and coming back. We're going to do a couple more here. I'm going to come and have a little look. See how everyone's getting on. Good. Nice. Sandra, if you open your arms out and physically let your weight rest on the ball. That's it. Open them out even more. That's it. Now completely lie on that ball. Let your weight be taken. That's it. Now push your chest into the ball. That's it, to help you find that. Can you feel it slightly different? A little bit more intense. Of course, if it doesn't feel good, you can take it out. Yes, gang. Nice. Same with you, Anita. Bring those hands all the way down. Back there. That's it. Now try it there. Push your chest into the ball and come back. Your ball might be a little bit too low. You might need to get it right into the center of that sternum. Exactly. Good. Now, ladies, if you're doing it and if it feels comfy and you think, oh my God, this is so easy, see if you can lift your chest and then see if you can take your hands off. Yes, and if it doesn't feel good with the ball, then just get rid of the ball and just do it without. It's just as Sujal looked at me like, what's she making me do? Right? It's true. Yeah, if it doesn't feel good, get rid of it, right? You can still get that beautiful effect, that beautiful lift, and take the arms off. Yeah. Good, guys. Lovely. Everyone's going to give me about 2 more here. So whether you're using your cushion or your ball or you're going just on the mat, you're still going to get that extension, right? Which is what we want. We want to lift and strengthen the back. Yes, guys. Last one here. Good. Once you finish your last one, pop the hands down, take the ball out or the cushion out, and just rest your head in your hands. Yeah. Bend your knees and drop your feet from side to side, just to give your lower back a little release, right? It's a lot of work, but a lot of good work we want to do. Now, if you have your ball, you can try this with a cushion. It will depend on how big your cushion is. I want you to put your ball between your shins or your ankles or your cushion. Okay, and it's going to give us that little bit of connection in your inner thighs. Now, I want everybody to try and get their legs really parallel to the floor. Now, how do you do this? Best way is if you tuck your toes under and you lift your knees off the mat, and then I want you to try and get your legs really parallel, like train tracks on the mat. Okay, and then you can untuck your toes. So the first thing we do is we completely relax the upper body. You press your pubic bone down and you see if you can float your legs off the mat, squeezing your ball or your cushion, and then lower back down. So pubic bone down, think to try and graze your thigh or lift your thigh bones off the mat and come back down. So this is going to be a lot of work into our glutes, into our hamstrings. So it's really important. And if it doesn't feel good with the cushion or with the ball, then you can just get rid of the ball, open the legs nice and wide, and do it with the legs open, yeah? Because you've got to think as well, the narrower the legs are, might not feel good on your lumbar. So it's really choice, personal choice, whatever feels best for you guys. Good, lift. And everyone's going to give me 2 more here. Good. Last one. And down. Nice. So let's make it slightly harder. This time, we're going to add a little hamstring curl. So we're going to lift our legs off the mat. See if you can keep your knees off the mat as you bend your legs. Can you stretch your legs? And then, relax the legs back down. Yeah, so I squeeze my ball gently if I've got my ball there. I lift the legs up. I bend my knees, keeping those thigh bones off the mat. I stretch the legs and then lower back down. Now again, if it doesn't feel good, you can still do the exercise without your ball. Yeah, with your legs in a nice comfortable position. Remember, it's all about what feels comfortable for you, what feels right in your body. Everyone's going to give me 2 more reps here. Good. Thigh bones off that mat if we can the whole time. Last ones. Good, guys. Once you finish your last one, you can let go of your ball. Oh, give your bum a little wiggle and just hopefully we've got a little bit of a burn in those glutes, in those hamstrings. Really nice. From there, ladies, you can roll onto your back for me and hug your knees into your chest, super, super gently. Take the knees nice and wide and just gently rock yourself from side to side. Super, super gentle. That's it. Pull the knees to the chest. Just give them a little rock side to side or hug the knees into the chest. So it's a really nice, gentle way to release that lumbar. Really, really nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll onto our side. We're going to make our way up to standing. And we're going to finish in our little Pilates V. How fast time flies when you're having fun. Balancing on our balls. So we finish heels together, toes apart, and our 50-pound note between our butt cheeks. Hold it there in place. Float, or imagine your 3 circles and float your heels off the mat. Hold it there. Slowly press those heels down, but keep lifting through the crown of the head. And we go again. We rise up and hold. And then we press the heels down. Our last one here. This time as we rise up, we lift our hands into the air. Now, if you feel good with that balance, can you turn your head to the right? And then can you turn your head to the left? Can you come back to center? Press down your hands, your shoulders, and your heels. Take a ginormous breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You guys are all done. Very well done, ladies. Hope everyone leaves feeling a little bit lighter.